How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with yet another review I'm kind of super fucking excited about. A little bit of Fiddlehead IPA. I've had this beer before. It's been years since I've had this beer. And the weird part about this beer is I picked this up in New Jersey. I didn't even think they distroed Fiddlehead in New Jersey. I could be wrong. So I saw this in the case and I was like, okay, when is this from? Because I've never seen Fiddlehead in New Jersey before. Obviously, it gets distro there and there unless they're bootlegging. But the place I picked this up from didn't really have those kind of bootleggy vibes. So I'm like, let's see how old this fucker is. It's like 2 weeks old. That's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, yeah. Fiddlehead. Last time I probably had a Fiddlehead was when I went on my honeymoon. Actually, when I went up to Vermont with the Burlington area, and then I scooted over to Stowe and the Hill Farmstead and all that kind of stuff you do when you go up that way. My wife picked where we went for our honeymoon, so it wasn't me picking beer places. And I stopped in Fiddlehead, the first brewery I hit on my way up there, and well, outside of Suarez. And yeah, I'm kind of pumped. I don't remember anything about this beer. It's been that long. On the side here it says Fern Believer. Don't know what that means. It says, from killer concerts to can't miss cultural affairs, this IPA has been brewed for unforgettable gatherings, just like the one you're experiencing right now. Mika's over there, so this is a gathering. The only places you'll find these very special cans. This tall, slender vessel hazy liquid wonder you're holding is the only way to enjoy a renowned IPA without a tap. No matter which senses come to satisfy, seek it as whatever happens to be at the moment, and I'll make sure you savor every minute of the moments. Consider it a beverage-based boost for both the heart and spirit, and the soul-satisfying embodiment of our core conviction that the best times in life are better when shared. Be a Fern believer. So show us the fun you're having while enjoying our IPA. Post a pic of the can with your clan and be a Fern believer. So is this like they just put this in cans for like concerts and gatherings? I don't know. That's weird. Label-wise, it's Fiddlehead to a T. As far as the beer goes, that's hazy. I did not expect that to come out here. I mean, when I think of Fiddlehead, I think of Second Fiddle. I think of some beers like that. But this has just got a big, huge, turbid, kind of new school hazy kind of thing going on. Not much of a head to speak of. There was, and I talked too long and dissipated. But man, that looks like juicy juice right there. Kind of pumped for this one. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had these guys. Let's dive in the nose. That smells awesome. It smells awesome. It smells like running a gamut of juiciness from your stone fruits to your kiwi kind of tropical fruits to your citrus all around. But the best part about this beer is it has this kind of vegetal green weedy dankness to it. It is that weediness. I think I might get a little bit of that green grassiness more in the taste. Oh man, that smells fucking fantastic. That smells awesome. There's a reason why I dug Fiddlehead so much. I was like so surprised to see this thing on a goddamn shelf. There's more. I should have bought more. I'm going to go back and get more because it's not that far away from where I live. Anyway, I'm just going to dive in. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. It's smaller than what you think you're going to get based off of the nose. 6.2%, not a huge beer. But you get this. You get that kind of gamut, running that gamut of that fruitiness, that tropical fruitiness in combination with that stone fruit and in combination with that citrus, but it's smaller. It's not nearly as big. It's not a sweet beer, which I appreciate. And that bittering thing, that green vegetal bittering thing, does have that weedy dankiness to it, but it's more tomato stocky kind of green, but it has this kind of big bursting green hot pellety thing, not in a negative way. I think that's actually a freshness thing, which is kind of cool for getting it off a shelf in New Jersey, but I like it. It's not overly sweet. It gives me that fruit juiciness that we all want in these kind of beers, enough to kind of really turn me on, and gives me a big, impactful green hop in it at a pretty paltry 6.2%. This is really good beer. That's delicious. That's absolutely delicious. And to get this, it's a weird... I mean, I've had beers like this from breweries in Jersey. It's not like this is an end-all, be-all version of a beer that I've never had before. But it's so well made. And that green is so aggressive without getting over the top, which is... I need to express that. Like, very importantly, that this is just a nice, big, rich, juicy, aggressively green IPA without being like a hot, burny kind of green, I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is 6.2%. This drink's like what a lot of brewers make, 7.5%, 8%. That's how this beer is coming off. Sure, it lacks that sweetness. It lacks that under-attenuated residual sugar thing that a lot of those new school brewers kind of lean into. But man, to get this level of, hazy, juicy deliciousness and that green at that impact level, that it's almost drinks like 2% larger than itself. This is kind of what I talk about when I get on that soapbox about ABV kind of mattering, because this is the beer. When I go and drink that 8% beer and I go, you know what? I've had this beer at 6%, and everybody kind of bats their eyes and goes, yeah, whatever. No, this is the fucking beer I'm talking about when I mention that beer. Sure, it's always going to lack a little bit less sweetness because of it being a lower ABV beer, but it's giving me just a big amount of that kind of fruit juiciness that you want from a hazy. And like I said, that big hop impact. That's why Fiddlehead is who they are. That's why they make great beers. I'm a fan. So let's talk about it. Is this one of the better lower ABV IPAs I've had as of late? Yes. Is it one of the better IPAs I've had as of late? Yes. Once you get to lower, not like sub 6, obviously, not in that hazy session level of beer, but just lower-ish ABV IPAs, what IPAs should be ABV-wise, it's probably Mount Rushmore status. I love this beer. I think it's fantastic. I have a 4-pack. I'm going to go buy more, if it's still there. Let's see. Value to availability, like I said, I bought this. I want to say I think I paid $15 for this. It's like serious, in all seriousness. $14 or $15 of Fiddlehead IPA, fresh AF in New Jersey all day, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like hazies, new school beers, good beer, hazy beers, hoppy beers. If you like hazies, man, if you like new school beer, this is not going to disappoint you, man. This is really well done stuff at a really nice price point. We see cans of Hetty or Focal Banger or those kind of beers, which I love. They make it down here in Jersey. I see them on shelves for 20 plus. 20 plus. I'm getting this for $14, $15 all day. Hopefully it's not an anomaly. Anyway, there you go. A little review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Fiddlehead IPA right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.